Hello friend and welcome back. Today we are talking about Niche Beauty Lab Transparent Labs Vitamin Enriched Body Lotion. First off, the nerdiest thing ever. This is amazing packaging, and I wouldn't have noticed it because they don't advertise it on the website, at least not that I saw, but there's a little embossing down here that says Air-Free Extreme Open System. And if you pry this open, I don't know that we're going to be able to see this on here, but if you pry this open, you can actually see that there is a vacuum vinyl pack in here. I assume it's vinyl. I keep saying that, but I assume with Niche Beauty Lab that it's like vinyl or something. But this is an airless pump within this, even though it looks like a traditional lotion bottle. So very cool. That means that it's going to keep stuff a little more stable in here, which is going to address one of the concerns I'll bring up later on about retinaldehyde and stability and air and stuff like that. But it's a wonderful body lotion. Spoiler alert. It is lighter weight than most of the retinol or retinoid body lotions that I have tried. You can see there's a little bit of goo to it, but it's almost like if you take a regular lotion and apply it on wet skin, how it kind of super hydrates it right from the get-go, but makes it sort of almost like snail mucin-y texture without the stickiness. So yeah, it spreads so nicely, just absorbs into the skin so that it feels very restored, hydrated, not greasy. That was a whole lot for my hand, but there we go. It has a little bit of just a sort of generic, it almost smells like cocoa butter to me, like really, really ever so faintly, but not much of a scent to it. I have loved this. I'm doing it really early. We're probably only about here for the amount that I've used it, but I use it like neck down every single night. It spreads really evenly across the skin. It just feels so nice and hydrating, but not heavy. It is like middle of summer in Colorado, so it's hot. But even at night when it's been like 95, 98 degrees during the day, I can still put this on and it doesn't feel like that suffocating, overwhelming, hot, too much heaviness that some lotions can. So I love the texture. I love the formula. I have noticed improvement in my skin texture. It is softer, it's smoother, and this is coming from someone who, I use a lot of body products. I use a lot of skincare products, and I have been using retinol of some kind on my body for years at this point. There was a time not too long ago where I would actually use like 0.1% tretinoin, just blend it in with a body lotion and use it from the neck down because there weren't a lot of retinol body products out there. And that's, our gold standard for anti-aging or well aging, as it were. This is one of the very few times that I've actually seen a change in the texture, tone, clarity of my skin from the neck down. Usually I've just chalked it up to like, this is, a body product, so it's meant to be spread over a lot more surface area. So they have to be more mindful of the amount of vitamin A that's winding up in there, among other things. And just, it's more expensive to put things like peptides and antioxidants and a lot of good facial skincare, well-aging ingredients from the neck down because it's just much higher volume and much higher surface area. So I just assumed that I would never see any big changes from body skincare and just chalk it up as like prevention and prejuvenation. But in this case, I definitely did. And it was probably 2 weeks out. When I started using it, I was like, oh, okay, this is like skin is softer and a little bit brighter throughout. I've always struggled with KP on my arms, so that's an ongoing battle for me. But I did notice that overall the texture was getting a little bit better. I started seeing improvements. So that was great and really reassuring. And I've continued to use it and continued to see just improvements in my skin texture and tone, which is so cool to see. When looking at body products, the things that I've tried are things like The first thing I could find on Amazon was Medix 5.5 retinol and ferulic body lotion or body cream. It's about $25 for 15 ounces. This, for the sake of comparison, is 13 and a half fluid ounces or 400 milliliters, and it's $30. Also, just great price. This is a great brand. Niche Beauty, you're doing great stuff. Thank you. But Medix was one of the first times that it was just, yeah, I went through the whole bottle and didn't see a lick of difference as far as, tone, texture, clarity, any of that. It was definitely moisturizing, which was fine. And so that started me on the hunt for better body retinol products. I had such a hard time finding any that were retinol based, which was my big thing. Was I just wanted to make sure I was using retinol from the neck down. I actually tried to formulate one and formulated one for my dad to help out with his aging skin and sun damage and stuff. But I have no way to test real stability, so that wasn't something I was going to do real long term, except for making small batches of it. So started looking more into it, and since then there have been a few that have come out, which is great, and I love that it's gaining traction. Naturium is definitely one of them. Love the brand. They do the skin renewing retinol body lotion. They now have a jumbo size of that is $44 for 14 fluid ounces. So similar size to this, a little pricier. And then Versed Press Restart. It's $19.99 for a 6 fluid ounce or 177 milliliter. That one, very simple formula. The three that I've just talked about, like this one, Medix, 4. Naturium, Medix 5.5, Versed, and Transparent Lab. All of them are fairly simple as far as actives go. Retinol is definitely the highlight of it, and I love that this one has retinaldehyde in it. It's just, a little more agreeable to the skin, a little more active. You can use it in lower concentrations. So this one is 0.06% retinaldehyde, which is a nice strong concentration. I mean, I would expect decent results on face skin from that. And to have that plus niacinamide and vitamin E and some good emollients in here, it's a good formula. Obviously, I would love to have some more actives in there and some more advanced stuff, but this is awesome. For a body product, we are moving in the right direction as an industry. We're getting there. People have started realizing, oh, I can bring this stuff down, and I love that. So obviously we get more sun exposure down here too. Lots of us aren't as great about protecting the rest of our body as we are about our face. So it is nice to have something to help undo some of the photo damage out there and environmental stressors and just free radicals, all that. It's just nice to see. Let's pause. We're going to talk about ingredients, and then we'll come back and talk about comparison stuff, because that's, I think, the big message here is that there some new entries into this segment of the industry, and it's great. And let's compare and contrast what's going to be for you, what might not be for you. But ingredient wise, we've already touched on the main three. 0.06% retinaldehyde, 3% vitamin E. That comes in the form of tocopherol and tocopherol acetate. So if you are super body congestion prone, maybe tread lightly on this one. The retinaldehyde certainly should help, but that's just one of those things that we know can congest pores a little bit. And then 4% niacinamide. So we love to see niacinamide. You can use it in pretty decent high concentrations and not get irritation from it for most people, but you can get lots of benefits. We won't waste too much time on that, but brightening the skin, helping with collagen, helping with antioxidant protection, helping with oil regulation. There are a lot of great things that come from niacinamide. So adding vitamin E and retinaldehyde, all that together just makes for a good starter, well-aging product for the body. It also has jojoba esters, squalene, panthenol, and propanediol. All those great to give a nice lightweight moisture to the skin without feeling heavy, without feeling super occlusive, but it definitely does keep your skin hydrated, moisturized, soft and supple. It's great stuff. They use a phenoxyethanol based preservative system, which is great. And then they also use the airless packaging, which is so cool. I was happy to just have this because the pump worked really well and it just is a good size. But then to find out literally just when I went down to film this and was just playing with the bottle, realizing, oh, it's also vacuum sealed in there. So that's cool. It should also be pretty decent to recycle. It is, yeah, pretty easy to recycle. You'll be able to get the vinyl bag out of that, separate the components. This plastic should recycle. It's a number 5, should recycle in most municipalities. Vinyl bag, different story. You're going to have to figure it out in your own local area, but that does reduce the amount of waste because it just comes out clean at the end of this. So to recap, it's a great lightweight moisturizing body lotion. It's got some great actives in it that are going to help prevent photo aging, help reverse some photo aging, protect your skin from environmental stressors and pollution by just being good antioxidant protection. It seems like it should be fairly stable. Good emollients in here. They're going to be restorative to the skin. Most skin types should be fine with this unless you're super acne prone. And then in the US, it is $30 for 13.52 fluid ounces or 400 milliliters, available online. And last but not least, it has a nice opaque package, so that will keep the light sensitive ingredients stable as well. Back to comparisons. These are from my empties, so I don't think any of these actually have anything left in them, but here's the Naturium. It now comes in a larger pump bottle size as well. Decent to recycle as long as you are able to clear this out. It has retinol in it and it's encapsulated. So that means that it's going to stay more stable and be more effective on the skin because it's not going to get banged up by the delivery. So it's a better delivery system. This one does not say that it has encapsulated retinaldehyde in there. So that's the only thing that I don't love about the formula, is that if we could have it encapsulated, we would know that it would be more effective at lower concentrations and really get delivered into the skin at the right depth, and yeah, just more effective. But having used it versus using this, I feel like I saw results from this within about 2 weeks versus the Naturium and the Versed or Versed. Both of these I used for more than a full bottle on each and never really saw anything remarkable from it. Both of these have a very similar texture as far as I was concerned. They are a little more on the cream side than a light lotion that I prefer, so they did feel a little bit heavy to me, but otherwise these are good options. Then we get into a little fancier, a little more advanced, the Body Retinol by Nécessaire. This one is the older packaging for it. They changed it to a black package. It has 0.1% retinol in it. It's $55 for a 5.1 fluid ounce. So we're in a different price bracket already. But this one has some glycolic acid and mandelic acid. So we're going to get some brightening and some exfoliation along with it, as well as the niacinamide, similar. 5 peptides in it that are going to help with collagen production and just well aging. And then THD ascorbate, so it's a form of vitamin C that seems to do a pretty good job as far as brightening, stimulating collagen, and providing antioxidant protection. So this is a nice advanced retinol body product. However, it is creamy, almost like a balm. Oh, it also has really nice packaging. This one has a vacuum pump in it too. I think, yeah, we're out on this one. But just know that this one is very hardy. I didn't even really love the texture during winter when I was super dry. It does help to exfoliate lightly. It's not a real strong exfoliating effect, but this is another one to compare to if you are super dry and want some fancy stuff with it. Now, if I could get this kind of formula in this kind of texture, I would be happy as can be. Speaking of, this is very similar to what I would want that baby to be. It has your alpha hydroxy acids in it. This is Slather by Topicals. It has alpha hydroxy acids in it. It runs $30 for 5 fluid ounces, so a little bit nicer price point than the Nécessaire, but very light. It is a body serum, but it's a moisturizing body serum, so even a little more watery than this. Very lightweight texture, but for me, it was enough hydration and moisture to feel comfortable going out and about, or even during the winters, that I didn't feel dry and cracky or tight anywhere. It just moisturized nicely. The only downside is I don't know that it exfoliates that well. Nor did I see like a huge change. After using one full bottle of this, definitely. I saw some improvement in some of my acne scars, the pigmentation on them, more softness to the skin overall, but it wasn't real quick, which is, I suppose, nice because it makes a better long-term product. Actually, probably in a perfect world, I will bounce between these of one night this one night this one, just because that extra exfoliation is nice. No peptides in that though. I would love to see some good peptides in a body product that has a nice texture. I know I'm asking for everything under the sun, but hopefully the industry will get there. Last but not least, this is the most expensive comparison option that I have. It is by Cosmedix. It is A-Lift Overnight Vitamin A Body Treatment. This one has both retinol and retinaldehyde. This one has the wateriest texture in the whole world. It is almost soupy, which is why I wanted to love it. Let's put it that way. I wanted to love this. This was early in my journey. Probably one of the first body retinols that I ran into actually after Medix. It's got all the right ingredients. It's got retinaldehyde, it's got retinol, it's got bakuchiol, caffeine to help with possible cellulite reduction. Don't know how much science there really is to that. And then also gluconolactone, niacinamide, and some other extracts that should help just brighten the skin and keep it healthy and youthful looking. But it is just the weirdest texture of like soupy, runny, hard to apply. It has a, oh, that's real gross. I'm not even going to show you that. But it has a controlled dispenser so that it doesn't just run all over the place. But it just makes it very difficult to apply to the whole body. It's great as far as I did see some improvement with that one as well, but I just hated using it. It just felt gross. It was moisturizing, but felt kind of greasy afterwards and is leaving my fingers greasy. So I would not jump at this one, but maybe one day they will reformulate that and it can become a contender. Okay, one bonus review, just because all my little medical grade skincare fanatics out there. Elastin skincare. I know if you've been watching the other videos, you know that I'm an Elastin guy. Transform body treatment with high trihex technology. This is a very interesting product, like most of Elastins. This one did have a little bit left. This one has a vacuum pump dispenser. It is a very, very nice, very similar texture to Transparent Lab. It definitely has an elastin scent to it, but this is something that will help rebuild collagen and elastin in your skin. I recommend it to my patients when we've done something like Kybella to reduce the double chin to help tighten things up and flush out the broken down fat cells that are in there. That's a whole different conversation, but overall it will help with crepiness. It will help regenerate the skin to a more youthful appearance, and it is very nicely moisturizing. Very pricey compared to the other things, but effective if you want a non-retinol alternative that will definitely show improvement to skin texture and tone. Doesn't really do anything for brightness or pigmentation. There would have to be another product for that, but definitely texture, tone, crepiness. This will be an awesome option. That one runs $216 for 6 ounces or 170 grams. Lasts for a good long time, spreads real thin, but you will see this in my empties a lot more, even though it's taking me a while to get through it because it spreads so nicely, but that's an awesome thing, right? This is gonna last for a long time. It's effective, shows quick results because retinaldehyde is in there. I hope to see more retinaldehyde products on the market soon for body, hopefully with some other brightening ingredients, because you know that's my jam too. Other than that, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, be well. Ooh, P.S. If you want to see a detailed review on any of the products that I touched on when comparing this one, let me know in the comments down below and I will happily do that. But otherwise, we will just leave it at this until some new wonderful body care product comes out. Bye.